Alright guys, today we are checking out another budget 4K Android TV stick. Can this one actually replace your Roku or Fire TV? Let's find out. Here's the box. Nothing fancy, but let's see what's inside. On the box you'll see it's marketed as 4K capable Android TV stick. It also highlights features like voice remote support, HDMI output, and access to popular streaming apps. Pretty standard packaging, but let's see if the stick actually delivers on these claims. So here's the stick itself. At the bottom, we've got a USB port and HDMI connector. And on the side, there's a 3.5 mm jack for the IR receiver, plus a Type-C port for power. Inside the box, you also get the manual, the IR receiver, HDMI extension cable, Type-C power cable, and the remote. The remote has a mic button for voice control, plus dedicated Netflix and YouTube buttons. Let's get this hooked up. I'll be using my Philips monitor. First, I'll connect the HDMI extension, then plug in Type-C power with a mobile adapter, and finally the IR receiver. I'll be using a standard mobile charger to power this TV stick. After inserting the cells in the remote controller, the remote works fine. You can see the infrared lights on the camera. Now plugging into power, the LED on the stick goes from red to green. The IR receiver also lights up. So after powering on, it takes about a minute to boot. First, you'll see the model name flash briefly on screen. Then the standard Android TV animation plays for a short while. Finally, you land on the familiar Android TV home screen. We installed IDA64 from Play Store to check the specs. This one runs on Allwinner H313/H616 CPU, a quad-core Cortex A53 chip. Here's the system info. You get 2 gigs of RAM and 8 GB of storage. This TV stick supports up to 4K at 60 Hz, but my monitor is only Full HD, that is 1080p. One good thing here is that Chrome web browser comes pre-installed. That means you are not limited to just Play Store apps. You can easily sideload other apps and streaming services. Last year, when I reviewed the TV98 stick, YouTube performance on 1080p wasn't good at all. It lagged and struggled. So this time I tested same resolution at 1080p 60 fps and the results were smooth with no buffering. That already shows this stick is a real improvement over the previous budget models. Now, this isn't really a gaming device, but just for fun, I tried Red Ball 4. It runs fine and you can play using the included remote control, but don't expect it to handle heavier games. This stick is mainly for streaming. I also tried pairing my Bluetooth headphones, but the stick couldn't detect them. So while it shows Bluetooth support, it seems pretty limited in actual use. So is it worth it? For streaming at 4K, this budget stick actually does a good job. Though we only able to test it at 1080p for not having a 4K monitor, right now on Amazon, this stick costs almost half the price of a Roku streaming stick, Fire TV stick, or Xiaomi TV stick. For what you pay, you're getting solid basic streaming at a budget price. If you just need something cheap that works, this little device might surprise you. But if you want polished performance, faster updates, and stronger support, the big brands are still the safer choice. That's it for now. Thank you for watching. See you next time.